Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I am audible. Just a mic check to all of the participants. Welcome once again to our next session of Women of Code Summit program. Today we are having Praveen Kumar Purushothaman, who will let you know to how to build your web portfolio in React, and we'll be having an awesome hands-on brainstorming discussion about how you can think make better and great ideas. Praveen is a mentor and a career person in full stack development, open source contributor, and a specialist on React, JS, Redux, and MERN stack and LAMP stack. Actually, he has been recognized as one of Microsoft Most Valuable Professional April 2016 to July 2018. So over to you, Praveen. Hope that you make people
Thanks a lot, Aashirwad. It was nice introduction. Hey everyone, my name is Praveen and I'm originally from Chennai, India. Currently living and working in London for one of the top US-based investment banking firm, and I'm a full stack JavaScript specialist, as he said. And today we will directly jump into the stuff after a quick introduction. And by the way, where should I look at the audience feedback and other things?
that will be displayed to the screen. Like you can go to the YouTube because we are in the Zoom and we
Okay,
are
can
presenting.
you? Yeah. Can you send me the YouTube link here, please?
Okay, sure. Till then, you can continue the
Yes.
session.
Okay. So yeah. So I was about to say that I have been working as a full stack developer, and what is a full stack developer who doesn't have a website? So with a quick introduction, oops, host has disabled screen sharing. You might need to enable that.
Wait, just I'm allowing the participants.
Okay.
We just check it again.
Yes. Okay. So if you see here, yeah. So this is my website. So what I'm able to get a lot of noise back. Okay, fine. So this is my website. So it has a huge picture of me, and it says, "Hi, I'm Praveen Kumar. I'm a cat lover, cook, mentor, etc. All the different things." And here's all my social network URLs where you can go and stalk me. And obviously, this is my YouTube channel as well here, so you can have a look at what all things that's happening here. There is also another full stack live stream coming up, and I've got like loads and loads of awesome videos, I hope. And coming back to what we were talking about, what you will be doing by today is you will be learning to build something very simple, a simple version of this website. And I don't want to delay anymore. We are already running a couple of minutes late. So um, something similar to this we will be creating, but it is going to be entirely using React.js and completely using data. So for example, if there is Aashirwad here and I am here, I create one thing for me. Aashirwad can immediately, like within 2 seconds, he can completely change the whole website to his own one. That is the power of React. So is everyone ready for the action?
Yeah, even I would like that you can just I can play the role of volunteer for the same to make people understand.
Exactly. You can also take the I'm still waiting. Okay, so in quick sense, where can I find the YouTube link? What should I
Like
search
on
for?
the just wait. So you can continue the session for now. We will actually give you the doubts in the end.
Okay, cool then. So yeah, so we will be creating something similar to this, and then we will see how we can change it according to what uh, if it's about like changing quickly and stuff like that, right? So that is what we are going to do. So I'm going to introduce you React.new, which is a kind of online IDE for React, and you would be able to use everything that we can work with React here. So the first thing is, let's start building our website first. Okay, so if you take my website as an example, it has got a lot of things. Okay, so it has got like let's make it very simple website. All right, let's make a simple website, a simple landing page that has got all these stuff. All right, so that is what we are going to first do. And just give me a sec. Right. Okay, so coming back to this one, so we want to create something like this. So we start with an empty page, and I'm going to convert this into a from a functional component. I'm going to convert it into a class component. That is, I'm going to get rid of all these things in my VS Code. How many of you are lazy, just like me? I guess a lot of people will be lazy. I guess a lot of people will raise your hands. There are like so many things that you can do by, like making things in a simple way. So this is one way of making yourself lazy. It's called snippets. A lot of snippets are here. And how many of you know what Bootstrap is? So we'll be using something like Bootstrap here. There you go. So now it just says app here. So if we go to the style.css, we can just get rid of everything that is there inside this. And in the index, I'm going to do import style.css. Or maybe what I can do is I can install Node SAS and then make this into style.scss. Oh, and get the index to render it as that. So here we will be able to get all these things in a hierarchical way. So for example, if you are inside the app, or let's say from body, we start with font as open sans or something. And now we need to add a couple of things. For example, if you want to add some libraries or anything, you can go ahead with the index.html. This is where you will be adding the libraries. So two libraries I want to add. One is the fonts.google.com. So if we go to fonts, Google Fonts, we can choose this open sans. And oh, I think we already have got this one. So we have got a couple of things. So we don't need medium at all. And we don't need these italic things. So we'll just copy this whole thing as the link. And inside this, we can add these. So there is also a way to add the fave icon and other things. So instead of, if for example, in case if you want to have a nice fave icon, let's do one thing. Let's go to flaticon.com. Here's where you will be able to find a lot of fave icons. What are we building? It is going to be our personal portfolio, right? If you put portfolio, you would be getting a lot of things. So in that, this seems to be really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this image and go to Imgur. Do not hotlink any images. That's why you use a CDN, content delivery network for images. Is everything going fine? Any questions or anything?
Yes, we do have few of the questions in the coming up in the chats. First was that actually I was just looking the YouTube that can I learn React without learning JavaScript?
No, you
Trust
can't.
me.
You need to know. You need to know the basics of hey, just a second. We do have the styles.scss, right? What is the it's here styles. Okay, so we need to know ABCD in order to construct the sentences, right? Similarly, for knowing React, you need to know JavaScript. JavaScript is the basic thing. So React is just a library that uses JavaScript. Technically, all the code that you will be writing will be JavaScript based. So without knowing JavaScript, you cannot survive in React.
And there is an actually question coming up in between comparison, like Vue.js is good or React.js is good.
In case if you're happy with working on model view controller, Vue.js will be really good. If not, React.js is better.
Okay, so you can go on. We'll come up with the different doubts of the participants as well.
Okay, so again, I'm not sure why I switched this from functional component to class component, but it's all right. Actually, yes, let's make it as a class component itself. Sorry, functional component itself. So, oops, I just need to go back. Let's open a new window, and it's going to be JS or arrayfce. So we all know that this started with this, right? It was like something like this, and we can give a class name. We can give app, and this was the main stuff it was starting with, right? So this is a basic component in React, and what we will be doing here is we'll be adding the bootstrap as well. So getbootstrap.com is the site where you can get the bootstraps thing. Just to check if Open Sans font is actually here, I just want to check with the G. Yes, it is Open Sans. Now we will be using this CSS file, and then we will be adding this CSS file into the index.js. So in index, so we can also use a portfolio or personal portfolio. And after this, we can use this one. So now the moment I use this and refresh this page, you could see that all these styles are getting reversed. So now the main thing is we will be working with Bootstrap completely. So here, one more thing. What is React? Why are we using React for all these things? Because it is going to help us make things easier. Like for example, I told you, right? Within few seconds, Aashirwad can get his own portfolio, and you, whoever is watching, you can also get your own portfolio. For that, we will be starting with something basic. So we start with the header and other things. There is this particular repository that I have got. It's called Bootstrap React Helpers. It has got almost all these elements. So let's start with the headers, and we will go with this basic header. And I'm going to create a file called Bootstrap, and then there is a file inside this header.js. Here, I'll add all these things. So what I have technically done here, I created a header object, header component. It takes in a couple of things like dark, children, class name, to, and link. So the dark is for dark mode or light mode. If you want to see the power of React, what we can do is inside our app, if I put dot, let's say, let's start with the header, right? Header, it is going to auto import the header from this. And I would say, who wants to be a volunteer here? Okay, I'll just take Aashirwad.
Yeah, sure.
AASH Kumar's portfolio. So do you like light mode or dark mode? And also we can add some classes
I
here.
like.
Sorry, what do you want?
Mode.
You want dark mode.
Mode.
So I'll do class name as header and then justify content center. So these will help me align this thing in the right place. So if I just put dark equal to true, I'd be able to get the dark mode immediately. So this is the power of React. Like you just need only one change and you will be getting a completely different output here. So similarly, what we are going to do is we will also add some classes and things. So for that, I'm going to create a couple of folders here. So this is going to be components and styles. So inside the styles, I'm going to put the styles.scss, or in simple way, I'm going to change it to index.scss. And for the index, I'm going to make it into style/index.scss. So all these styles will be again there. I hope it is there or not. Not sure really. Okay, so now the next thing that I will be doing is I'll be putting these components into this bootstrap and components app into the components folder. So the same way in index, I'm going to do components slash app, and that is going to give me this kind of an output. So here you see that there is components, there is app. So we'll be creating a new file here, which is going to mimic the same way as what is there in the JavaScript side of things. So inside this, I'm going to put at import, and we can use app. And inside the app, we are going to put dot app. And again, we are going to import. This is for bootstrap slash header. So I don't think it is there. So what we need to do is we need to create a new directory called bootstrap. And let's create a new file called header.scss. Now this is gonna work. Dot header. So you can see that it is there. If I try to give margin bottom as 15 pixels or something like that, you'll be able to see that the margin bottom will be fixed 15 pixels. And that we can check it using right click and inspect. So we do have the 15 pixel margin bottom. All right. So now the next thing that I wanted to see is, do we have, why is the font not getting displayed? Yeah, it is there. So if I remove this one, it is looking different. So for now, we have got a simple basic structure of a portfolio, like the header. So now we will start with the contents, and then we can also add this intro and other things as well. Okay. So once we do that, there is a huge thing coming up. Okay. So we need to also look into how we are splitting the data here. So if we go back to our header or app, now we have the container here. Inside this, we will put a row, and let's have two columns. So we start with call 12 and then call 6 star 2. And we can have, okay, before that, we need one call 12, which will contain the big picture, right? So let's have a huge picture here. And if that is the case, we don't want any margins. So we'll go back to the bootstrap header.scss, and we can get rid of this margin. And now inside this app.js, we can have an image that is kind of like a background or something like that. So now we need a background image with maybe, okay, let's go to Unsplash, and let's put developer. Let's use this image. It looks like there's a person who is sitting, and this person has got he looks like developer. So let's edit this, cut it to something like a small portion. It's gonna be like this. We will take this image. I'm just going to use some kind of a random image, which you can use something that you like it. So here we can give image src as this one, and but unfortunately we don't want this to get cut like this, right? So for that, what I would do is I would put it behind this one, and I'll add section dot intro or something like this, and put the image inside that. We don't need this particular div. And right now, if you see this, this is kind of responsive, but it is not exactly responsive. So what we can do is we need to add some CSS. So in the app, we can do intro, and let's create an intro file. So this is another use of React and CSS, where you would be able to separate everything into its own pages. So here, the intro should have a max height of say 100 pixels, and there could be an image inside that, right? The image will be positioned absolute, and this parent will be positioned relative, and the image can go like left is 50% and top is 50%. Interesting, it is not doing anything. So this is added, this is added. Section class name intro is added. Oh, okay. There you go. So now it starts from here. For some reason, the top doesn't work. Interesting. And okay, maybe we'll refresh this page. Yep. And we can do transform. There is something called as translate. You can give minus 50%, comma minus 50% for dead centering the whole image. So there you go. So the problem why it was not showing us correctly is the top was actually showing it correctly. The difference is it's okay, it is not actually showing correctly. Right. Now we would be using overflow hidden here so that it doesn't show it outside. And we also need to give, instead of max height, we can give height. Okay, that is the 100 pixel height you are seeing. So if we are making it as 200 pixel or something like that, you'll be able to see something like this. Okay, so this will be an image that gets kind of like responsive. And we can also give a width of 100% or wait, min width of 100%, so that whenever it gets bigger, the image also gets bigger. It gets smaller, it doesn't do anything. But if it gets bigger, it gets bigger. Cool. So this is the intro section, and this intro section can be put it like let it be like this for now. We'll be using one single component for everything, and later on we will be adding all those things in the final cut. So the next thing that we want to do is we need to tell something about Ashwin, right? Sorry, Aashirwad, right? So if you go to my website, what I have done here is it takes a long time. So I've got all my Facebook, all these kind of links, and also there is a small introduction. Then there is my picture here. So if we are taking the same person's picture, I'm gonna copy this image, create another image as a copy, and boom. I don't know what's happened suddenly. All right, whatever. So I'm just gonna edit this image in such a way that this image is going to be a square. And this is the face of the person. Cool. Here we go. Oh, no, this is not what I wanted. I can't even edit any images once it has been created. Weird. Okay, whatever. So let's copy the image address and let's add it over here. So we can use a figure with an image. So this is the person. Seriously. Okay, so now we have got this one. Now we can make this particular section in a better way by using another style inside this. So we can use like this is the intro section. We have used the intro. Anyway, let's go for it. Figure, fig caption, and image. We can give a complete border or radius or something like that. But before that, what we can do is we can give some class names for this. So this is going to have border, rounded, circle. Um, we don't need a border, sorry, rounded circle and thumbnail. Some reason thumbnail doesn't work. So let's try to use thumbnails. So it's img thumbnail. Boom. So it kind of gives a nice one, right? So now here for this, we can also give width as 50, which gives you width 50%. And here we can give text center, which makes the text into centrally aligned. Basically, we will be having a margin of margin y-axis on the y-axis as some nice margin, but when it is going to a medium-sized medium size. Okay, it should not be call 6 again. So it should be call MD6. In a medium-sized device, it is going to go 0. So that is exactly what I'm trying to do. So you could see that there is no margin after this. I guess we can just leave it that way. So MY3 really works. Cool. The next thing that we are going to do is like write a small introduction about the person. So we can also add a caption here. And it's again going to be something like this. So now here we can write something about what Aashirwad is doing or something like that. So let's have a H3 and let's use welcome to portfolio. And here there could be a paragraph that says something about Aashirwad Kumar. Okay, I'm just gonna copy it, get a random Aashirwad's thing. Okay. It doesn't say anywhere. Okay, I'll just copy this one and put it there for now. Okay, so this way it will be looking in the mobile view, and yeah, that's how it looks in the mobile view, and this can be put into small. And we can put this guy as well inside small. So at the moment it looks like this. And so with this being done, we can give all the links and other things here. So it is going to be very small layout, and we'll see how we can automate this whole thing using React. Now, after this has been given, we can have a button group or something. Okay, I'm just going to quickly look into the way how it is showing in the YouTube as well. Oh, cool. It looks nice. But I'm not able to hear anything. Yeah. Why is there no chat messages? Okay. It's gonna go crazy. All right. Okay, coming to what we were working on. So here we need the different icons or something like that, the social network icons. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put ul.social, and let's have all the brand icons here. Okay. So for this, what I'm gonna do is I'll go to any kind of like, where can I get all the social icons? That's interesting, to be honest. So this is a font awesome icons. Let's use a sprite for this. This is kind of like super old, but this kind of works. So if we see the view source of this, we have got all these things, and the image is going to be okay. So let's try to get the image as well. Cool. So this is the image that we need. So I'm just going to copy this image, put it into Imgur, copy this particular image address, create a new style sheet called social.css, and let me add this one. So if we see here, this is what we need in the socials. So this is just for like quickly doing something. There are like much better things that we can do. So instead of so instead of this social media, what we can do is that is going to be dot socials, I guess. Dot social, and we have got this one. Dot social as well. But actually we don't need, because we are using SCSS, right? So we can put this inside this one, and here this is like an ID for this one, and then A. So the A has this ID, by the way. Great. And then we can give this whole thing. This is the image that we are looking at. Let's quickly make this one look better, or we'll just make this way. These are the different icons that we can use. And now I'll just cut everything, open a new window here, and make it as SCSS. Boom, there you go. So this way it is very much readable. So this is called a CSS sprite, and we are using sprite for all these social network icons. So we have got Google, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Flickr, Delicious, Blip, and YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all these things and save it for a reason. So what we'll do is we can put here. Okay, again, I'll just use VS Code. It's easy to make it work here. So these are the different A dot things I should be doing. And boom. So the href needs to be there as well. So just give me a second. So React will complain for all these things. So you have to make sure you get the right kind of a thing. So now you would be seeing Google, Facebook, blah, 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 blah. So if I save the app dot, okay, we are not doing anything here. We'll get rid of this one. And if we import social, it's going to show us this way. This is not the right way that we were expecting. So that's interesting. I don't understand why it is showing this way. So we have, oh, sorry, that was my fault. So we need a li here, right? So all these links should be inside a list item. Now anything that is like this needs to be, oh, not this way. Anything like this that needs to have a /li, and there should be an li here. That should technically work. Okay, this is supposed to be class name then. And if we go back to our socials, this is my fault again. So what we need to do is when you are putting this inside SCSS, you need to make sure you are adding an ampersand here, or else it will not work. I thought I added that, but I forgot. Okay, so you got all these things. Now for the we need to put an overflow hidden, and we also need to do text indent minus 999. There you go. So now you will be able to see that there are no text, but they are all just icons. Instead of float left, I would be more than happy to give display inline block, because floats might get into some trouble. So now we have got these things. And when you are in the mobile view, we can also show it in such a way that it is centrally aligned or something like that. So right now we have done like a basic web template, but what is there in the React in this case, right? So now let's do something related to React. So far, any questions? All, I mean, based out of these things, everything is clear, right?
Yes, we have few questions in the YouTube chat. Like we just right, I saw in the YouTube, and even you can watch it. That the questions were that can we integrate SQL with the React? Like this is question coming from
You
different.
cannot directly integrate SQL with React because React is front end. It's just pure HTML and CSS, while SQL needs to be on the okay. Do we have material style in React? See, React is just a way of writing things. It is material. You can add material. A lot of people are using only material and React, and integrating SQL with React. Obviously, SQL is in the backend side of things. So between React and SQL, you need a backend logic. So some kind of a server you need. So that is something that we need to work. And okay, let's go ahead, and last question was, what specific features do we want to include in web portfolio? First thing, definitely the portfolio items. Something like what all things that you will be working on, like what projects have you done, etc. Those kind of things will be really helpful. So starting with that, you can try to add anything that you want. Now, once we have done the basic portfolio, this portfolio looks fine, right? So it looks like this. If you make it smaller, it looks like this. This seems to be perfect, right? So now we are going to make this into a complete dynamic portfolio. So we are creating a constants folder. Inside the constant folder, we are going to get data.js, or maybe make it data.json. And this JSON file will have all the details, starting with your name. It's going to be Aashirwad Kumar. Then first thing is the banner image. We'll copy this image URL. Avatar. You can copy this URL. Then we have got a description. Then the social links. It's going to be in an object. Remember I said we will be copying something, right? This Google, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Flickr, Delicious, Blip, YouTube. So this is going to be the keys, while let's put these guys here. And they all will have either a correct value or null value. So for now, we will put null for everything. Those things that we require the value is, for example, for Google, we don't have any Google related stuff. So let's say HTTPS facebook.com/Aashirwad. We can use Twitter as well. And then we can directly give YouTube. 3 things. Now we save this, and then if we are getting this one, you can import it using import data from constants and data.json. Now in this page, if you do a p.border rounded bg light, and if you put json.stringify data command null comma 2, you'll be able to see that all these details, whatever we have given in the JSON are coming here. So now all we need to do is remove this one, add data.name. So you can see that it is coming here back again. So wherever we are using Aashirwad Kumar, we'll be using this one. This is not as the thing, right? Now the next thing is this particular image, xvthh, this one. So this is supposed to be the banner. So data.banner. So if I use that one, and here it is EVA, this is data.avatar. So anytime you are changing any attributes, you will be using a curly braces. So data.avatar and data.name here. So this is fine. There is nothing related specific. We have got data.disk. Oops. So far we have done almost all these things. Everything looks the same. The only thing that we will be doing is the social network icons. So you can see the data dot socials. Oops. Data dot socials is an array or object. So we can do object dot keys of data dot socials. So you could see that all these Google, Facebook, Twitter, everything comes dot map. And then for each of these things, what we will be doing is, first thing we need to filter it out. So if I'm putting social and then if I use one single thing, when you're iterating something, you need to give the key. So it is going to show me everything as Google. I don't want everything to be Google, right? So what we will do here is we'll make this into SOC. So you could see that there are two versions of these things. Google, Facebook, Twitter, same thing is getting repeated. But we want, and also this link, they are not, they're all the same links. So for changing the link, we'll be using data.socials of SOC. So if I do this, I could see that there is nothing is there. Here, I can go to the Facebook. Now it is Twitter. LinkedIn is not coming anything. So this way we are able to do. But unfortunately, all the icons are getting displayed. What we can do is we can filter everything. So filter, again, SOC, what do you want to filter? Just make sure that this is a valid one. So data dot socials. Oh, wait. Yeah, data dot socials of SOC. That's it. So now only a couple of things that are having the links will be filtered. Now we can safely get rid of all these list items. And now you have got only 3 things that you have actually added. For example, in case if you want to add LinkedIn, boom, you get the LinkedIn icon here. If you make this as null, it's gone. So now we have kind of like created a dynamic portfolio right now. And let me have a quick look at the comments. Any specific resources to learn React from scratch? Definitely, there are like so many videos I have done in React. So literally, even today we will be using something related to React in a couple of moments. So feel free to click on the subscribe and get notified. And there are like so many things that are related to React here. So introduction to React JS, and like we have done a lot of things here. So most of the applications, most of the things that I have been doing is React. No, you can't. React needs JavaScript. So how you will not be able to read the words without knowing the alphabets? JavaScript is the basic. React is just a library that is a JavaScript library. So if you don't know JavaScript, you won't be able to know React. You can consider this like this. So you have the basic Tamil, the language, and then there is this Kongu Tamil, Madras Bhasha, etc., etc. So first you need to know Tamil. Only then you will be able to understand all these other languages, right? They are just dialects. Similarly, React is a library of JavaScript. So only if you know JavaScript, you will be able to learn. You will be able to work on React. I hope that was clear, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and continue with what we have been doing here. So now this one is done, almost done. If you want to change this into another person's view, for example, what I can do is, I'll just make a copy of this, create another constant, which is called, let's say, Praveen.json, and paste it over here. Now, all I need to do is change this into Praveen.json, and in Praveen, I'm going to make this Aashirwad Kumar into Praveen Kumar. So everywhere it says it is going to change that. And I'll just go to my website, praveen.science. I'll just copy this one. Boom. It shows my stuff here. And these banners, right? So what I can do here is, oh, by the way, I can get rid of this pre tag. It's not needed. And this is a banner, right? So let me put MGUR again. I guess I created a banner very recently for some reason. Let me put the banner here. Copy image address. So in Praveen.json, the banner will be this one. Oops. That is so wrong banner. All right. And this is done. So this one is not done. So we can change this to, if I go to this folder, this particular place is this one. So let's go back to this, add this one. Boom. So you got this here. Oh, alt should be data.name like this. Right. Now, if I change my Facebook, it's going to be, oops, Praveen Science, and LinkedIn is also going to be slash green tech. And the good part here is the moment I change this one, I need to give rel no referrer and target. We can give us underscore blank. So double R. Okay, so if I click on these things, it will directly go to my LinkedIn account. If I click on this, it will go to my YouTube channel. So something like this. This is better, right? Like all I did is one single change. So if I make this into data, bam, that is Aashirwad's one. If I make this into Praveen, bam, that's mine. So this is something which I wanted to show you all. And this looks like this. Any questions, anything? I guess, yeah, pretty much I'm done with the whole stuff. This is the link. And okay, let me quickly answer all the questions. So Radhika Srivatsav, React or Vue? My personal view is React because I'm a lazy person, and then I have been working with this particular stuff like yeah. Second thing is just give me 1 second. The other question is, okay, one more thing. In case if you are how should I say, you like model view controller and other things, at that point of thing, that is going to be view will be better because view basically works on model view controller. And in case if you're happy with model view controller kind of a thing, then view is the right thing. And finally, Next.js is better than React. 100% yes, because Next.js renders on the server side while React.js renders on the client side. That is the reason. What are the key things that our companies look for in a portfolio? I would say I would say that what is your problem solving approach? That is something which mainly companies will look at. And second thing, what are all the different projects that you have done yourself and how have you made it possible? And pretty much your experience and your expertise. So if they see anything like a website that I showed you, do you think they will be accepting me as a developer? Right. So similar thing. Certification for full stack developer, I don't think there is any certification right now. The only certification is your portfolio. So if you have done a lot of projects and then if you have showcased it in during your interview time, that is the best portfolio or that is the best certification. You can do it for your work, like your work. So that is something which I would like to say. Any other questions? Thank you, Siddhant and Radhika. Okay, so Siddhant and Radhika, you have been really, and KSR, sorry, KST. So Siddhant, Radhika, KST, you have been very much interactive. So please connect with me on LinkedIn. I would like to give you something worth 45 US dollars, which is related to what we learned today. Okay. So don't forget, this is your one chance to get connected with me and get something really cool. Connect with me on LinkedIn. You can directly, okay, I don't think my LinkedIn address is not given in the description. So Aashirwad, can you post my LinkedIn link in the chat message, please? It is Praveen Tech, linkedin.com/in/Praveen Tech. Yeah. Thank you, Radhika. I'll immediately go ahead and accept after the stream is over. So, any other questions? How is it going on? All okay? All clear?
Yeah, it's going all okay, and it was a great session. Like the participant enjoyed the complete session. I would say
Awesome.
Radhika, Dant, and KST were amazing. Like they were listening throughout the complete session,
I
and we
would
had a
like
great
to give
session.
something for them for sure.
Okay, that's great. Then they must connect you over the LinkedIn profile, and they will be reaching out to you too soon.
And don't
And
forget
hence,
to give this video a like, and don't also forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.
great. Yes. All the viewers. He has also a YouTube channel. You can just subscribe to his channel and learn React.js and build a portfolio. Thank you, sir, joining with us. It was
Thank
a
you so
wonderful
much.
session,
See
and
ya.
even I
And
will be getting with you, sir,
you will
over
be
the
also
LinkedIn.
getting something because you have been volunteering the whole time, right? Definitely you are getting something as well. So it's very crazy times right now, so be careful, stay home, stay safe, and see you all.
Bye bye. Meet you in the next session.
See ya. Are we done?